Good evening, everyone, and welcome back. It's day, technically for me, but it's night out here. You know, you get it. Welcome to PlayFrame and God of War Ragnarok, and just the scouring of the 9 realms for every little bit of story we can find. We're almost done with it, though, because we're going to the last of those realms that we can actually reach today. And I don't think it's gonna... You know what? I was about to say I don't think it's gonna take us that long to do, for reasons that I would have then explained, but I've been wrong every other time I've said that so far in this grand backtracking of ours, so maybe I should just not say that. Maybe that would be smarter. Let's go back to Sindri's house first, because we need to talk to Ratatoskr. Get credit for turning in some stags, or, well, feeding them stuff and sending them home. Come on out.
Ah, our illustrious summoners have returned. I'm so pleased the tides of fate have placed our runic summon in your capable hands.
Quite so.
Your stags are returned.
Better late than never.
Incredible! The 9 realms are no longer in horticultural danger. I cannot thank you enough, but perhaps this will suffice. Arrogant believes he has evaded punishment just because you fixed his blunder. He is sorely mistaken, of course. He will be in a remarkable amount of trouble once I figure out how to punish someone whose narcissism renders him invulnerable to all forms of emotional warfare.
Well, you work on that,
Anyhow,
and good luck.
Was there something? I was curious, my dear fellow. You come from lands beyond these, do you not?
Yes.
I was wondering, who tended your world tree back home?
My home had no world tree.
No, you had no, but without... How? How did one travel from realm to realm?
On foot or by sea.
Good God, man! No wonder you left. I think that's the long and short of it. Safe travels.
Well, I didn't leave much of it, to be fair.
Here.
They look quite healthy.
There you go, that's all of them.
All of the little ones are now safely settled in their new home. You have my gratitude.
Thorough job. My respect.
You sought the dragon's offspring. Why?
To alleviate my heart-rending loneliness, of course.
Oh, that was awfully forthcoming of you.
I normally wouldn't be so candid, but it appears that Anxious Squirrel has learned a thing or two from you about, what was it? Not caring about how others perceive you? So I will permit you this one glimpse of my weakness.
To require others is not a weakness.
My goodness, I had not expected such emotional intelligence from one of your... girth?
I do not care.
Oh, well, this was a delightful conversation. Jay, have you a moment for another piece of important business?
Wait, you have another thing for me? Do you? Doesn't seem like you do. But also, that was a very good conversation we just had. Enjoyed it immensely. So was there important business, or... Squirrel, what are we doing? Okay, I'm gonna go. We got stuff to do. Oh, hey. Stags are back. I like that. And there's you back
Stags are
there.
eating their fill.
Just as Ratatoskr said they would. Maybe he is just trying to build a family.
Good for him.
Can we see the little bitey lizards down there now that we've been... Yep. There they all are. Bitey as ever. Well, we've done some kind of good here. Good for us. I think it's Midgard time. The home stretch of this grandest of backtrackings, terrifyingest of backtrackings, honestly. Okay. Boy, where do you even start? Home kind of makes sense. Let's do that.
Well, this is it then. The beginning of the end.
The end for Odin. And after that, a new beginning for the rest of us.
Atreus,
I know. I'm just looking forward to seeing all the realms finally standing up to him. Elves and dwarves and hell itself.
you are so certain they will unite.
They have to. After everything they've been through. They have to. Don't they?
We'll see, I guess, although not right away.
Anything in Midgard you want to do? You know, while we still can.
Freya and the others are still making preparations for the attack, so there's time.
Oh, don't you worry, I have plans. Hope you weren't too excited to go getting this big war started, boy, because I don't know if that's happening today. I don't know, let's look at the list. Nope, I kind of have a feeling that's not happening today, but... Oh, nothing for me to do out here. Probably could have checked that earlier. Where do I need to head instead then? Well, that's for me to figure out. Let me go see how much... haven't been back there at all. That could be fun. Let me start wandering and finding things, and I'll be back with you as soon as any of it's interesting.
I suppose there's no putting it off any longer. We better get to the temple bridge and rendezvous with the others now.
Don't get ahead of yourselves, boys. Still wandering.
Well, shame that's the last of Kvasir's poems.
Hey!
Why not write your own?
Been a while since I dipped my quill into the ink pot of poetry, but maybe it's time to try again.
The final poem. Let's read. Okay, I think this is the one. The Dead Do Not Ride, in which Kvasir relays a poem of oil-slick, rotting flesh. Horses of steel and oil and leather. Brothers who fight and fall together. They rise from beneath. A new day dawns. The future has teeth, and yesterday is gone. Day's gone. There it is. We got 'em all. Couldn't complete the game without doing that. I think I might have just got the last Raven. Didn't get a pop-up for it, but I'm pretty sure that's the last dang one. Hang on. Favors. Yeah, cool. All right. That's the thing we'll have to do today. Go back and open that last chest. Sweet.
So, sounds like things went well enough in Muspelheim.
I mean, probably. Surtur didn't want Samara involved. So instead of them combining to form the Ragnarok beast, we did a workaround that left her out of it.
Well, hopefully he still shows up at Ragnarok to plunge his sword into the heart of Asgard.
And where is that exactly?
Only Surtur knows.
Excited to eventually see. In the meantime... I expected a little more. I think we've got a Berserker gravestone ahead, though. In theory, the last one, other than the one in Niflheim we can't reach. Am I going the right way? Hang on. Yes. At least I think so. This might be where the last showdown happens, actually. Like, I think we fought one out here already. But I'm suddenly kind of starting to suspect that maybe this will be where we fight the last one once we are done in Niflheim with that other one. That sort of feels right. Okay, guess we'll have to wait on that one then. Wait a minute. What is this now?
An abandoned camp.
Whoever was here left long ago.
The place is called the Eternal Campfire, which is interesting. What's this?
What is it?
A list of provisions needed to prepare a meal.
A recipe? Who left that way out here?
We should take a look at the ingredients. Maybe the recipe will lead us to them.
Ah. I'd been wondering. So, like, on the way in to this little spot, I saw on a wall... Where was it? Well, not far back.
Same ones in that recipe you found?
I
Yeah.
imagine we might find one of those ingredients around here.
And I've been seeing those in all these different realms. And I was wondering what they were. I wondered if it had come up at some point and I just forgotten. Or what. But it turns out this is what those are. I may be having to go back.
Ah, I knew I recognized those initials. The Ballad of Yari and Somar.
Yari and Somer?
An old tale, but a good one nonetheless. The carving marks their passage through this realm. We could always try and find the others if you're curious.
I am kind of curious. And I am going to have to do a little bit of realm hopping just to tie up loose ends today anyway, so maybe I'll just add it to our little destination list. Very well.
I guess the army of giants fighting at Ragnarok was just part of Gro's lot. There aren't enough giants around. And the ones that are, they're not really fighters, are they?
Yes, giants were never warlike. They were artisans, seers, philosophers, builders, but very few were warriors. Starkather the Mighty, notably, and of course, Laufey the Just.
And Surtur, right? All those stories about honing his sword and training for Ragnarok? It was literally the last thing he wanted.
There's something back here. I don't know what, but something.
One more realm tear over there.
Ah, realm tear. Perfect. We can knock this out, and then we can go see Hresvelgr. Big Bird will be so happy. In their way. And there we go.
All of Gram's handiwork has been fixed.
Good. I am glad.
Well, how about that?
I'm glad too. Feels good to fix my mistakes. Should we tell Hresvelgr?
Perhaps.
Yeah, probably. There's actually not a heck of a lot else to do here. From the look of things. There is this. There's an Yggdrasil rift left. I should do that. And then some buried treasure, which I don't care about. Artifacts, which I don't care about. 2 undiscovered things, which I presumably do, and this is presumably one of them. The other one, no idea. But we'll do this, and then we'll go realm hopping, I guess, a little bit. Tie up loose ends.
I was thinking, why would Gro tell Odin that an army of giants would defeat him at Ragnarok? Because he believed that prophecy, he spent his life killing the giants off. That can't be what Gro wanted.
It's complicated with giants, especially powerful seers like Groa. If she foresaw their deaths, she wouldn't have viewed them as preventable. Perhaps in supplying the justification, she honored their sacrifice and put it to use, enabling the true prophecy of their eventual survival.
I see.
Giants are complicated. Boy. Now, how am I gonna get inside there? It's where the rift presumably is, but I'm not seeing a good point of entry. It is in there. But how to get in there? Interesting. Like maybe from up there? there's like a place you can kind of drop down. Be a little wary climbing up there and accidentally moving story forward. I don't know. I'll poke around. We might be able to jump into this from up here, but I feel like that's super unlikely. We'll have a look once we go up there to actually move the story forward. Before we do that, we got to go talk to a big bird, and we got to go find those ingredients across the realm. So, let's see bird first. Oh, largest of birds. Guess what I've accomplished? I cleaned up after the dog's mess. You're welcome. I know you're not going to thank me, but you're welcome anyway.
Le Salmu Kifa. She knew the tears were closed. And there's no reward for closing them, I'm afraid.
We expected none.
Well, then I wouldn't advise staying. She is a corpse eater after all.
Okay. Yeah. And let's go.
I think we shall. You're welcome, bird. Now to check in on the ghost birds. Whomst we have found all of.
I could sharpen that axe for you.
Wait your turn. Yes.
Daddy, tie the noose tight to send us to Odin to bask in his light.
Did they just say what I think they said?
Yes.
And that will be the last of them.
Get away from my children.
Oop. Hey.
Have you any idea how long it took to shape their spirits into something useful? Have you any idea of the effort, the focus? Were it not for me, these misbegotten urchins would have perished in the winds of Fimbulwinter. But instead, they became something greater, something magnificent. They mattered to the All-Father, and they mattered to me!
Enough!
Hey, where are you going? Hey. Ah, the Raven Keeper. All right. Bad news, Raven Keeper. I've been doing a lot of self-improvement. I'm very strong these days.
Target down!
Guys, clear out. I'm not here to fight you necessarily. Have some of this. A lot of bombs.
Slow her down! Just give the word!
Please do. Thank you.
Is there no end to these things? Break his guard!
Just gonna keep sending waves after us, huh? Stalling the inevitable.
Whoa! That's a strong one! Incoming!
Oh, jeez. What? Where are you? There you are. I see.
Attack the throat!
Ow. Fine then. Boy, she's calling in a lot of backup.
Take it off, man. You've got this. Help them.
Ah, don't you run. Boo. Where are you? Hey. Quit it. Punch. And here we go. Now, I believe I was in the middle of fighting a Raven Queen. There was a Q.
I know we can beat this.
Where is she?
Revenant, left flank!
There we go.
Well done, brother. Clearly the ravens, the children, appreciated it as well.
Is there nothing to be done for them?
Could someone bring their souls back, maybe? There was a way to do that?
I'm afraid not. Their souls would have to be intact, in their original forms, not perverted.
Oh. But we still did something good, right?
Yes. Yes, we did.
And there's another favor complete. According to Mimir, this Raven Keeper was an acolyte of Odin. Lacking the physical prowess of a Valkyrie, she proved no less useful for her cunning and her Sathercraft. Odin was in need of eyes in all the realms, and it was she who offered a solution. She stole the souls of children and reshaped them according to Odin's malevolent will. In freeing the ravens around the realms from her servitude, we incurred her wrath. Now we've rid the realms of both the winged spies and their creator. I only hope those poor children may find some measure of peace. Tough break, birds.
Dash out his brains.
Jeez, birds, chill. I'm handling it. Leave the bloodlust to me. You just be birds. In a nice, cold tree.
Axe needed an upgrade?
Apparently. Oh, what do you know?
Oh, this is real good for wood. Better for bone.
Not much left to upgrade here. And that feels nice.
Always a pleasure.
Okay, we got ingredients to find. Let's go. Back in Svartalfheim, this is where I recall seeing the first of these little painted symbols. That's the one.
Another carving from Yari and Sommer.
And there we are.
There's probably another ingredient around here, brother.
It is an ingredient from the recipe. How did they reach this realm?
Oh, they were well versed in realm travel. You see, Yari was raised a Midgardian warrior. Meant to fight in the family's wars, find a wife, die for glory. But he rejected it. He left.
He followed his own path.
I wouldn't be surprised if we found their mark in other realms as well.
Quite so. 2 more to find, and I got a hunch as to where. Ought to be somewhere in this general vicinity. Loosely, yes.
Carving. Looks like Yari and Sommer were here too.
Boy, they did get around.
Another ingredient around here, brother.
And there you are.
Mimir, tell me more of Yari.
After leaving his family, he wandered the realms in search of something unnameable. But in all his wondrous travels, nothing satisfied him. Until he met another wanderer in search of something similar. Unnameable. He was called Somar.
Let us find the final ingredient.
We shall, although I have just been reminded of another thing that I was wondering about and looked into. Apparently we need some kind of just some sort of artifact in order to wake these things, which the dwarves sealed and trapped. And I was just assuming I hadn't found that. Apparently we had. It's just weird. So it's a relic, actually. Amidst all these relics you get, one of them is called Mystical Heirloom, and seems important but doesn't have any practical application in combat. This is it. You have to equip and use this to do it, which is kind of silly. They really should just make this a key item or something. Because they give you 1 million upgrades and little tidbits of gear and things over the course of the game, and there's a pretty good chance you're not going to remember having picked that one up and connect the dots on your own that it might have something to do with this. But let's see. Bjarg Stormer. Hey there. Got us a quick little scrap here. Oh, just like old times, huh? Almost gotcha.
Well, that relic certainly did the trick. I somewhat missed fighting trolls, didn't you? Don't forget to grab what they dropped. I bet Lunda could make some armor out of it.
Oh, way of going about getting another armor set. Neat. Cool. Not something I'm going to go to the trouble for, since it's not really a quest necessarily. Doesn't seem to have a lot of story to it, but neat. Glad to have figured that out at least. Well, looked it up. I never would have figured that out. Anyway, we got another ingredient to find. Let's go! The crater again, wouldn't you know it? And there's the thing.
Another carving. The last ingredient we need.
And there we go.
The meeting of Yari and Somar.
Ah, right. So the two agreed traveling together might be beneficial.
And way less lonely.
Aye. Their bond with each other grew quickly, and the meals they shared became legendary. It was said that to dine with them could sustain you for weeks.
That was the last of the ingredients.
Can we take them back to the cauldron in Midgard?
You bet we can. To the campsite. With a good fire. All right. Let's make something.
Finish the story.
Gladly. It was said that Yari and Somar first shared a kiss in the fields of Jotunheim.
Wait, what? How did they get there?
Don't know. Point is, they went on countless expeditions, each location more beautiful than the last. But they found as they did, the destination became less important than simply traveling together.
What about the unnameable thing?
It was home. Yari and Somar had found it in each other.
Now that is lovely. Hey, nice. Stats permanently up by 5. That feels like the best kind of favor and tidbit to wrap this huge backtracking up on. It's been 6 episodes of this. 6, at least, right? Yeah, 6 episodes of this in total to cover about that many realms, doing all the side stuff. But now we've done at least all of it that I can figure out how to do. More of it may unlock later. So there may be a few little loose ends to get after we do more story, but next time, tomorrow, it's finally time for story again. Thank you again for your patience. That was worth doing, though. was neat seeing all those little stories. Basically, ever since, and I kind of said it at the time, ever since we did that very first favor early on in Svartalfheim, the Lingbacher with the whale, the game promised us, like, hey, when favors pop up, you should do them. There's story attached, and some of it's going to be really cool. And they basically hooked me from there into doing all the favors, and I'm glad I did, because we've learned a whole lot more about this setting and heard a lot more stories about it, and learned a good bit more about our characters in so doing. Worth it. Also, Rainbow Campfire. Anyway, y'all take it easy, and I'll see you tomorrow when we finally get this here Ragnarok started. Take care, all of you, and goodbye!